Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I have this smoked out wing liner look for you guys. So yeah, I hope you will enjoy watching. So today I'm going to use this Kylie Jenner the bronze palette, and I'm going to mix the lighter shade and the orangey shade together. Whenever I create a eye look, I always go in with a shade in my crease that is slightly darker than my skin color. This palette unfortunately doesn't contain a shade like that. So what I do, I just mix a very light shade and a darker shade together, which will give me that perfect transition shade. So I'm blending those two together in my crease. Now I'm going to mix the orange shade and a more cool brown shade together, and I'm also going to blend those in my crease. For this eye look, it's not necessary to go in with shades in the crease, but I feel like it more completes the whole look by also putting something in my crease. So when you recreate this look, you can do whatever you want. You can even apply a bright shade on the lid, just do whatever you like. So now I'm going back in with that light shade, and I'm going to apply this in the beginning of my eyelid. I have created a sort of familiar eye look like this in the past, and I did the same thing, and I really liked how it looked by applying some light shade on the lid. So now I'm going to use this shade, and I'm going to use this as my first shade to create that smoked out wing look. So I'm using a big fluffy blending brush. I'm just going to apply this on the place where I normally apply my wing, and this doesn't need to be very precise. Now I'm going in with this orangey reddish shade, which is my favorite shade from the whole palette. It's a very pretty one. And now I'm using a tinier brush, which I believe is the Morphe M506 brush. And I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the bigger blending brush, but of course, since I'm using a tinier brush right now, it will be a bit more precise. Just make sure that you don't go up too high towards your crease. Keep it along the lash line, just where you normally apply your eyeliner. Now I'm going to use the darker brown shade, and as you can see, I'm slightly building up the color by going in with a darker shade after each other, if you know what I mean. So now I'm using this shade, and I'm doing the same thing, and by applying lighter shades first and then going with darker shades, you will get a very soft and smooth transition. So now you can also see me doing this at the other eye, just so you get a better view of what I am doing. Now I'm going to use this dark brown shade. And now I'm going to try to build up the color more, so you get a more darker finish along the lower lash line. And I forgot to mention this, but as you can see, I'm using sticky tape, and I really think this is necessary. Well, it's not definitely necessary, but it makes it way easier to apply this because you can't really make a mistake. Of course you can make a mistake with going too high, but you won't go too low, if you know what I mean, because that's where the sticky tape is for. And I'm using just whatever is left on a brush and blend everything together. Now I'm going to use the black shade from the palette, which is not very black. When I compare it to other black eyeshadows that I own, this one is not really black, but still it's nice. I enjoy using this palette. So I'm going to use this tiny brush, which is by Morphe brushes, and I applied it where I normally apply my eyeliner, but just a lot of eyeshadow at the tail where you normally apply your wing. Now I'm using this blending brush to smudge it out. Now to make it even more intense, I'm going in with this L'Oreal Super Liner Perfect Slim eyeliner, and I'm going to apply a tiny line at the outer end of my outer end above my lower lash line, and a tiny amount where I normally apply my cat wing. And I do have to say, when you recreate this and you also want to do this, go in with a gel eyeliner. It will be more easy to blend it out. A liquid liner dries and it will stay in place, which made it very hard for me to blend it out, because now I'm using a black eyeshadow again and I want to smudge it out, but it's very hard since it already has dried. So yeah, next time I will use a gel eyeliner. I think that's way more easier, or go in with a black pencil. I think that will also work really well. So I'm just trying to smudge it out, and I picked up more black eyeshadow and more black eyeshadow to make it work. And I do think it looks great, but it could have looked better, I guess. So now it's time to remove that sticky tape, and you can see it'll leave me with a very crisp line. I'm very happy with the end result. So now I'm going to use a white eye pencil. I'm going to do this in my waterline. I want to keep the lower eye, how do I say that? I want to keep my eyes clear and bright. I didn't want it to go for a smoky lower lash line, but of course you can give your own twist to this. Now again, I'm going back in with the black eyeshadow shade, and I'm going to apply this also underneath the eye. I'm trying to connect the eyeshadow with the smoked out wing. I think whenever you create a look like this, this is just to complete the look. I don't know. Now I'm going back in with this pretty brown shade. I'm going to use this shade to blend out the black underneath my lower lash line. So first I press this next to the black eyeshadow, and then I will smudge it. So I wasn't pleased with how it looked, so I also go in with this orange shade. And I also press this a little bit in the middle part, and I try to smudge it out. I believe this is a smudge brush by Sigma, a really nice one. Now I'm going to use this light Jasper shade from the palette, and I'm going to use this shade to brighten up my inner corner. Of course you can also go in with a shimmery shade like Nylon by MAC, for example, but I wanted to keep everything matte. So now for my lashes, I use the Anytude Sultry lashes, which are by my own lash company. I will put a discount code for you guys in the description bar. And yes, this is already the end of the tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed watching it and that you like how the end result looks. For my next tutorial, I will be doing a champagne gold glitter cut crease, so hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!